lucky breed of cattle. If you bought a slave in Africa and he's 17 years old, when he got down to Bermuda, okay, they put her in this house with these drunken sailors. And she stayed there until she got pregnant. When she was pregnant, she was shipped out to the South, to a slave master. He purchased one slave, and they got 2 slaves. 2 slaves. The same way my parents would breed the dogs and the cattle and those kind of things, in the same way the slave trade handled our people. Same way. That's some of the suffering we had to endure. Remember back in South Carolina and Georgia, they had something called a systematic system in place for slaves to run away. Ran the first time, they bring this way, aura, on this side of the face. You ran the second time, they ran this side, R2. Ran the third time, they took your manhood, caceration. Oh. Folks, this was a system in place to control the slaves that was defined as obedient. In 1835, Florida was a free state. You went to Florida, you was free. Many slaves would leave South Carolina, Georgia, trying to get down to Florida. And they would catch slaves en route. When they caught the slaves, they would catch some of the slaves. They would take some of them back. They would kill some by beheading some. They would stick the wire through the head, then tie it to the limb beside the road, so other slaves would see that. So slaves would know. Don't run away. Don't be defiant. If you do, maybe you're next. Now, folks, that is barbaric you're going to get. Guys and parents, there are 135 countries in this world. 135 countries. 52 countries are African continent. 52, 135 countries, African continent. During the slave trade and after the slave trade, Europeans occupied every country in Africa except 2. Every country in that continent was occupied by Europeans with the exception of 2. Liberia was 1. Other one was Ethiopia. Only 2. Which meant the slaves were sold around the world. The entire world was supplied with slaves. Your great-grandparents and mine and yours built the universe with free labor. You built all the, you named it, you cut through all the canals, the railroad tracks, Washington, D.C., the Capitol, the White House, name all that. Slave trade, built all that. They did. For nothing, no pay. None, no pay. And today, we have more jail cells for black men than anything else. That's our thanks. It's our thanks. We have to beg and beg and beg for money to have our program. But they build jail cells. Out of building the entire universe, free labor, all we get now sometimes is more jail cells, handcuffs. First one locked up, the last one is let go. What's important, guys? Let you guys know that your people have been awesome people. worked hard to build the universe up. And during that time, when all the hardship, our females, we all know how much they suffered. They were backbone in the family. They fed the family. They fed the kids. They took care of the husband. They took care of the washing. They took care of the kitchen. Worked all day. I see my grandmother work all day, walk to work, work in fields all day, come home for dinner, fix the dinner for everybody, had no washer and dryer, they had no ice box, washed the clothes with her hand like this right here, had their clothes on the outside, on the line outside, made a fire in the stove, prepared for the family, sang her song all night long, humming her songs, Amazing Grace, How Sweet It Sound, Trust in Jesus, all those songs. And next day at morning, she was up early fixing breakfast in the field again. And she worked, she passed away. Your great-great-grandmothers have worked for nothing. It is asked you to do, respect us. That's all. Respect us. Make us happy. Be pleasing to your mother. Be pleasing to your parents. We paid a price, and we deserve that. Don't talk back to me. Don't give me a hard time. I'm your mama. I'm your great-great-grandmother's daughter. And today, Mother's Day. Almost all we have. Ladies, you gotta hear me tell you all that. Mothers, not saying men aren't doing a whole lot, but our mothers got our back all the time. Not occasionally, all the time. And too often, ladies, you don't get your props. You don't get your props. You don't. You don't get your props. When boys go wrong, we accuse you of messing them up. I see your brother sitting here, the brother sitting here tonight, one man sitting here. See, the brother sitting here. He's the kind of guy that show guys what men should do with their sons. Stand by them. You be a man about things. Our moms are here. Mom's always here. You work all day too. I didn't work all day, ladies. You work all day long. Rush home, change clothes, get over here. I know you do that all the time. And oftentimes, our young boys don't appreciate that. Bad grades sometimes, talking back, hanging out, give them a hard time. We call that mother dogging, mother abuse. Yeah, that's what it's called, man. Emotional abuse to your mama. And ladies, of all the hardships, look at some of your inventions. All these things you all did. And somebody today will buy music. We'll call our ladies the B word, the H word. Isn't that amazing, folks? Of all y'all given to us, our sons and daughters buy music that put you down. All these derogatory terms. You know, on TV, and radio and places, all these put down terms for our females. Of all you're given to us, and the price you paid for us, we still have the audacity to call y'all names and put y'all down. But these guys here, if any guys see you doing that, they'll stop doing it. They will. Now turn the page, folks. These guys here. These guys here are the guys that withstood all the lynchings, all the hangings, all the burnings and all the other kind of stuff, guys, these guys here, your brothers, that you call these terms too. The N-word, the dog, all those terms. You have an awesome history of solid men and solid females. Which means tomorrow, guys, you hold your head high tomorrow when school time comes. You'll be dressed tomorrow morning with books in your hand. Tomorrow night you come home, books in your hand. And at 7 o'clock you'll be at the kitchen table with your books. That is called parents pleasing time. It's time to please your parents. Yes. Tomorrow at 7 o'clock. Every school night is parent pleasing time. While she's in the kitchen cooking her food, you're at the kitchen table, she can watch you doing your work. At the same time, prepare the food with a joy feeling, a pleasure to see my son and daughter studying. And I know if he studies, he'll be somebody. Guys, I try to give you a little about our history. Maybe you learn something about our history. You may get some pointers about why you should be proud of who you are. We had discoveries, we had inventions, we had struggles. In 2008, of all the, we had to be denied or be stopped. We just like that. We're like that. We're like that, guys. From 1619, 2008, black president. For what it means to you. To me, it means a whole lot. I want to thank you guys for listening. Thank your parents for listening. In about an hour now in my time, I want to thank you all so much. I hope I didn't go on too long. Hope I said something that you can learn something from. If not, that's okay. I hope you did. You guys, thank you guys a whole lot. And last word, guys, tomorrow night, and all school nights, please do me a favor. Bring books home and study your books, study your lessons. And stand tall, represent us in a very positive way. You're a fine young man. You're well-mannered, and you're well-dressed. I want to thank y'all. Good night, folks.